Hi, friends. Yes, hi, Doc South, and I thought I'd do a nice little video on my favorite snack, my favorite snack cracker. Yes, here it is. Uh-huh. Good old Cheez-Its. Mm-mm. Love them. Loved them from the very first till till present day, and will love them as long as I got breath in my body and teeth to chew with. Great, I don't have all the. I was counting. I'm missing a lot of teeth from this long life of mine. Few from an auto wreck, few from, well, just getting pulled like wisdom teeth and stuff, and then others that, well, one way or another fell out of my head. Luckily, I didn't swallow any of them. But Cheez-Its, yes. Hear them? They're in there. Not many. I've eaten most of this box, and will probably to my dying day knock down this tasty little cheesy cracker. By the way, they make them all different ways now. Oh my God, there's like a billion ways. My favorite is extra toasty. You see how that cheese it's just a little more burnt? I think when they on the extra toasty assembly line, they probably run the oven just a little bit hotter, right? And that way you get the burnt cheese. Have you ever tried this? On when you make a grilled cheese, next time you do, use a little extra cheese on that between the slices of bread and squeeze down with the spatula on the bread, and so that some of the cheese oozes out from the edges and slides down the bottom slice of bread and hits the frying pan and gets itself a little. I don't know. Okay, the cheese usually, well, when it hits a frying pan, is going to, you see, it's going to get these little dark spots. And here, like this. See it on that one? Okay. And the thing is, that is a very, very tasty tidbit. Yeah, don't be throwing that out. Eat it. In fact, don't even put it with the sandwich. Usually it'll peel right off of the bottom slice of bread and just, let it cool off a second or two and then gung ho. Very tasty. And Cheez It evidently figured this out and came out with extra toasty. Now they got all other styles, you name it, even different sizes now. I think there's large Cheez-Its, biggies, which I haven't tried yet, but I think I'm going to have to give that a whirl. And I think they got shapes, etc. Yeah, I think they do. I seem to remember seeing that. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I don't think so. And there you go. And there's just nothing better. If you like beer, uh, uh, beer's great, I guess, if you like that kind of thing. And why wouldn't you? Right. Because I don't drink don't mean you can't have a brewski. That's right. But the beer and cheese, it's whoa. Yeah. And what else? Oh gosh. They're great with a sandwich. I eat them for breakfast. In fact, what I usually do is stick a little bowl of Cheez-Its into. I take a handful of Cheez-Its and put it in like a little piece of Tupperware and snack on that on my way to work. It's about a 45-minute ride. Keeps me from stopping to get a bagel and a coffee and blowing $3 to $4, right? Well, I got my little thing of Cheez-Its, chew one at a time, little sip of coffee, and next thing you know, I'm at work, ready to rumble. Anyway, they are good. Remember, my earliest memory of Cheez-Its, let's see, would be probably with concerns my Uncle Don. He was my father's brother. Died very young in life. And he had lost his eyesight due to conditions that nowadays could be fixed. Sort of a shame, because having such weak eyesight, I think, contributed to his demise. It kind of depressed him and etc. Took to drinking a bit and eventually became an alcoholic, which is sad. But he was a good guy, and he'd be watching a ball game, knocking down a beer, And maybe I'd be in the room, the living room, watching TV with him, and he'd say, "Hey, Charlie," that was his nickname for me. He'd say, "Charlie, go, here's a quarter and a dime for you. Head on down to the store there on the corner. You know where I mean." I said, "Yeah, on McGee Avenue." He says, "Yeah, go get us a box of Cheez-Its." And you say, "A quarter?" "Yeah." I think it was 19 cents for a nice box of Cheez-Its. I think it was. Of course, we're talking the 50s. I mean, gosh, a quarter was big money. And I'd get some snack from here. Or maybe if I had a little extra money, heck, I'd bring back 2 boxes of Cheez-Its. Anyway, they were good. And we'd sit and watch the game and knock down the Cheez-Its. And every now and then, when no one was looking, Uncle Don would slip me a sip of beer. Yeah, and there you go. Yeah. And so I've always loved them. Did I tell you I actually once got into a Cheez-It factory? Yeah, a bakery. Yep. I think it's Sunshine Bakeries. Sunshine Bakery, yeah. And they, at least it was back then. And we were doing the roof. And I didn't realize, it was just a nondescript building. I guess it's where perhaps Nabisco had a plant but hadn't really popular. I think they had maybe just put it online or something, and we're working on the roof. Well, the guy, the foreman or the plant engineer comes up and says, "Hey, you guys like Cheez-Its?" We said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, that's what we're making down below, and we got a company store." Man, that's all he had to say. It was it was a thundering stampede down those steps. We had to take our shoes off because we had tar on our shoes, but we ran in there and bought a bunch of Cheez-Its, brought them back up, dropped them, or got one of our guys to stick them all in the car. And the plant engineer said, he says to me, "I see you bought about 10 boxes. You must like these things." I said, "I sure do. Loved them all my life." He says, "Well, come on, I'll show you how they're made." And he says, "You guys are all right now." I said, "Yeah, sure, they're fine. They know what they're doing." And down I went. And there's all these big ovens and tubs of Cheez-It, not batter, but it was like a mix that I think they added perhaps water to it or something, and it would eventually become like dough. And they had ways of rolling it out and cutting it and all that, and then it would go through these. It would go through these ovens. When it came out the other side, there'd be people inspecting the Cheez-Its. Yes, what a great job. Doing nothing but looking for dud Cheez-Its. Maybe there'd be burnt ones, really burnt, not singed, but burnt. Or there'd be ones that didn't quite cook right, or they weren't square. Maybe they were triangle shaped, something happened and in the oven, and they'd pull them out. Now they got computers do all that, I think. Because those people are pretty much, they'd spot one, pull it out, and pretty soon, big puffy cheeks. That's the lure of the Cheez-It. Yes, sir. Anyway, they are very good. And I gotta say, seem to remember, I'm not going to do it now, but I don't think I have enough in here. It's a big box, but it's not that big. We used to see how many we could fit in our mouths and still chew as kids. It was fun. There was one kid could get about 100 of them down into his mouth, and then, of course, you had to worry he didn't choke. Probably not a good idea to do that. But darn if these aren't good. One at a time, frankly, I think it's better. You fill your mouth with them, and somehow you don't get the taste quite as nice as. First off, take a little whiff. Get that delicate bouquet going, on your oral factories or whatever they are. And then bingo. And of course, what would I say? Wash it down with your favorite beverage. In my case, V8 juice tonight. Oh, that do make it nice. Anyway, I thought I'd say, there you go, friends. Cheez-Its. Yes, sir. We'll see you now. Bye-bye.